I want to ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself when you answer it. How many courses do you own right now that you haven't finished? 5, 10, more than you want to count? I'm not asking to make you feel bad. I'm asking because I know that feeling. That little sting you get when you think about all the money you spent, all the time you put in, and how your situation hasn't really changed. If that's you, stay with me for a few minutes, because I think I know what's actually going on. Over about 40 years, I joined somewhere between 8 and 10 MLM businesses. Every single time, I believed it was going to be the one. And I don't say that to be funny. I genuinely believed it. And I'm not the kind of man who throws his money at something without thinking it through first. But somehow, the pattern kept repeating. I'd get in, I'd get excited, I'd learn the material, go to the meetings, take the notes, and then nothing would really change. And every time that happened, I told myself the same thing. I just need to find the right one. I just need to learn a little more. I just need to be more prepared. Does that sound familiar? So I'd look for the next thing. Here's what I understand now that I didn't understand then. I wasn't failing because I wasn't learning then. I was failing because I never got to the doing. I was staying in the comfortable part, the studying, the preparing, the watching, and never quite crossing over into the part where you actually put the thing to work. That's not a character flaw. It might just be the way these courses are built. You sit, you watch, you take notes, and by the time you get to the end, you're so overwhelmed you don't know where to start. So you don't start. You go find another course instead. I've heard it said that you don't have a learning problem. You have an execution problem. When I heard that for the first time, it hit me hard because it was true. I'd been collecting information for decades. I had notebooks. I had binders. I'd watched more videos than I can count. But information sitting on a shelf doesn't do anything. It's like this. And I know something about this because I kept bees for 15 years. You can read every book ever written about beekeeping. You can study the life cycle of a queen, memorize the anatomy of a worker bee, prepare for the moment you open that first hive. Because bees don't care what you know, they care what you do. The doing is what teaches you the rest. Now, I want to be fair here. There are a lot of courses out there that are perfectly good courses, good information, honest teachers. But here's what most of them do. They hand you a library, hundreds of videos, hours and hours of content, and then they say, good luck, go implement. And you try. You start watching video 1, video 5, video 20, and somewhere around video 50 something, you realize you don't know what to do first. So you watch more. And the more you watch, the more lost you feel. And eventually you stop watching altogether because your brain is full and nothing's moving. That's not failure. That's not laziness. That's what happens when you give someone a pile of bricks and call it a house. What people actually need, what I actually needed, wasn't more information. It was a sequence. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Do this first, then do that. Start moving and let the learning happen as you go. I didn't understand this until late 2025, when I was 77 years old and decided to try something completely different. I bought a $27 course on AI, which let me tell you I had no business buying, because I had absolutely no background in technology, none. But this time something was different, not because I was smarter, not because I'd finally found a magic course, but because the person behind what I found didn't just hand me a library and disappeared. He gave me a direction, a clear one. Do this now. Don't worry about the rest yet. Just do this now. And for the first time in 40 years, I started moving. That's the difference between a course and a system. A course gives you knowledge. A system gives you a path. And when you're standing at the bottom of a staircase in the dark, you don't need someone to describe the entire building. You need someone to hand you a flashlight and say, here's the next step. If you've been buying course after course and nothing is changing, I want you to hear this. It's probably not that you're not smart enough, or disciplined enough, or too old, or too far behind. It might just be that nobody has given you the right starting point. Nobody has said, stop here, begin here, do this one thing first. I spent a lot of years feeling like something was wrong with me. like everybody else had figured something out that I couldn't quite get to. But I don't believe that anymore. I've come to understand that God doesn't let the hard seasons go to waste. All those years of trying and not getting there, they weren't punishment, they were preparation. They were teaching me what doesn't work, so that when something finally did, I'd recognize it. At 77, I've learned to be slower to blame myself and quicker to ask, is this the right tool for the job? A hammer isn't wrong, but if you're trying to drive a screw, no amount of harder swinging is going to fix the problem. If you've been watching videos for months or years and you're still in the same place, please don't give up. You haven't failed. You may just be carrying the wrong tool. What finally made sense to me was something that didn't just teach me things. It showed me exactly where to start and walk with me from there. I put a link in the description below if you want to take a look at it. No pressure at all. Just take a look when you're ready. I'm glad you were here today. I'll see you in the next one.